Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another teaching video. Today we're going to be expanding our discussion on the major scales by talking about major scales that have sharps in them. I'm just going to call these the sharp scales. So stay tuned. So in my last music theory video where I talked about the major scale, I introduced to you the pattern that all major scales follow. Let's just do a quick recap here. So the pattern goes whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And I demonstrated this pattern on the C major scale as well as the A flat major scale, which we kind of recreated together in the video. If you haven't watched that video yet, please make sure you check that out first before coming back to this video, because you do need to understand the basic theory behind major scales before we can talk about the sharp scales. So now that we remember the pattern of major scales, let's try to construct one together. We'll construct the most basic sharp scale, and that is G major. So let's head on over to the keyboard. Okay, so we're at the keyboard here, and now we want to try to construct the G major scale using the pattern whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So of course, we're gonna start on G. So the first thing in our pattern is whole, so whole step up from G is A, so whole step up from A is B, whole, so whole, whole. Next one in the pattern is a half step. So a half step up from B is going to be C. So whole, whole, half. Next one in the pattern is a whole. So from C up a whole step is D. Next one's also whole. D up a whole step is E. Next one's also a whole. E, a whole step up from E is going to be F sharp over here. And then finally, the last step in the pattern is going to be a half step. So a half step up from F sharp is going to be G. So we can see here that we have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And so our G major scale only has one sharp, and that is F sharp. So I play the whole scale. We have. So we say that the G major scale has an F sharp. Let's try constructing another relatively simple sharp scale. Let's try D major. So same thing, we're going to apply the pattern of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So starting on D, first one's a whole, whole. Next one's also whole, so a whole step up from E is going to be F sharp. Next one's half, half step up from F sharp is going to be a G. So far we have whole, whole, half. Whole step up from G, because that's the next one in the pattern, is an A. Next one is still a whole, so whole step up from A is B. Next one's also a whole step, so whole step up from B is C sharp. And then finally, we have a half step at the end, so a half step up from C sharp is D. So we can see here that we have whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And so our D major scale has two sharps, and those are F sharp over here and C sharp over there. Okay, so the whole D major scale is going to go like that. So now that we reviewed the pattern of major scales as well as how to apply them, I want you to try to figure out which notes are sharpened in the rest of the sharp scales. Okay, so we've already covered G major and D major because I showed you just now on the keyboard, but now I want you to figure out which notes are sharpened in A major, E major, B major, F sharp major, and this last one is really hard, C sharp major. That's gonna be a challenge. See if you can figure it out. So pause the video right now because I'm about to put the answers on the screen. Okay, so you should be able to see all of the answers on the screen. You'll notice that the sharps are kind of in a very specific order, and it is important to know the order because we actually call this the order of sharps. And when we talk about what we call key signatures in future videos, this is going to become very, very important. So hopefully you guys got at least most of these correct. If not, that's okay, right? You can just go back and try it again and see if you can arrive at these correct answers. Obviously, it is kind of a bit difficult to memorize the order of sharps. Some people like to use the sentence Father Charles Goes Down and Ends Battle. Personally, I never used that. I just memorized all of this straight up when I was a kid. I was never taught to use that sentence at all. But whatever works for you, as long as you know how many sharps there are, which notes are sharpened in each of these keys, that's kind of the most important part. So that's it for today's video. In the next music theory video, we will be covering all the flat scales. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was informative, and I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Thumbs up this video, comment down in the comment section below, and share the video. And as well, don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. Thank you so much again, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Bye!